Well, you know, our next guest from movies like Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man 2, and Anchorman 2, the legend continues. Now, she is starring in a psychological thriller with Michael Ealy and Dennis Quaid. It's called The Intruder.
You remember that conversation we had about grabbing that house up in Napa?
My great-great-grandfather built this house. It was yours now.
We'll take good care of her.
Hey! Stop drilling holes in my house!
The man acts like the house still belongs to him.
You're not gonna believe this. Charlie is outside cutting the grass.
You okay? It's not your house. This guy is dangerous.
Please welcome Meagan Good. Good hugs.
Ah, I love to give good hugs.
Yeah, I feel like good hugs are like old school. Like people just give like that little, the funny hug.
You gotta give a love hug.
Yes, welcome to Chicago.
Thank you.
Your husband, DeVon, was just here.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that back in the green room. You're like, he didn't even tell me.
He don't tell me anything. He'd just be like, baby, I'll talk to you tonight. I'd be like, okay, baby, I'll talk to you in the morning. Because he just came off his press tour and I just got on mine. So.
Right. Yeah. So is that, you guys are like two ships in the night, huh?
Literally, that's what I say, two ships in the night.
I know, but I follow you guys both on Instagram, and you guys have the sweetest relationship. And even what he talked about in his book, and we're going to talk about your book too, but just how he honors you so much.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you hit the jackpot?
I do. Every day I'm shocked at how much I love being married to him.
Yeah.
You know, and he just makes me so happy, and he literally has like been a game changer in my life in terms of just like healing, support, love, I mean everything. So yes, I do feel like I hit the jackpot.
Right, and in your book, The Wait, right, you talk about being celibate before marriage. And I remember when you guys were dating and engaged and getting married, and that was all the talk, like they're really not gonna do anything until they get married. So you did it.
Yeah.
You did it,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you know why I sound shocked? Because so many times, like, people talk about that, but they're like, oh, we can't wait, we can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like that in the moment, but I think for me, the biggest thing was I did it the way that I wanted to do it, and ultimately I get like 2-3 years down the line and I realized that I didn't know this person as much as I thought I did. And what I could have seen up front that I couldn't see because we were being physical, it took me years to see. And I'm like, girl, I ain't got that kind of time.
Right.
So, you know, not being intimate in that way and really getting to know a person and say, do I really like you? Not just love you, but do I like you? Do I feel like I could spend a lifetime with you? So I was able to see that so quickly. We were engaged in 10 months.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
And then how long before they engaged? How long before the marriage?
2 months.
Yeah, no wonder.
But it wasn't because we were trying to rush the bet. Like, you know, we got a lifetime for that. I just knew. The way that I knew him was so quick because all we did was get to know each other here and here.
That is really something. No, I love that. I mean, I'm like really like taking that in. I love that. Your breakthrough role, Think Like a Man and Think Like a Man 2, right?
Thank you.
We fell in love with you then. How cool was it to be on that set with everybody in that movie? And your character kind of doing the same thing on the premise of your book.
I just started being celibate when I played that character.
Oh,
so I was like, oh, I know exactly what she's going through. But yeah, I mean, everyone's amazing. I mean, working with Michael again, Taraji, Gabby, Lala, like everybody, Regina, and then I tell all the guys too. But I mean, it was a really, really fun experience.
Yeah. And speaking of the movie, you are now back on stage or in front of the camera with Michael Ealy, who was in that. How cool is it to work with him again?
It's amazing because honestly, me and Michael in Think Like a Man 1 and 2, we actually didn't really have any scenes together. When we did, we actually didn't really talk or like interact. Right. So it was great because we went on our press tour for it together and we got to know each other, and then we talked about this and it was great. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this movie right here. It looks good, girl.
It's crazy.
Oh, I like crazy movies though. Okay, so give us the premise of the movie.
It's about a young couple, basically, who lives in the city. They want to settle down. They want to have kids, so they move to the countryside. And they basically are trying to live the American dream. And the man that sells them the house doesn't want to leave the house. And their American dream ultimately becomes a nightmare.
Yeah. Now, I hear that you guys did not have a big budget. Is it true that Dennis Quaid was actually moving lights and doing things
All
like
of
that?
us were. Oh,
on
yeah.
set?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think when you make it to Hollywood, you're too big to be doing something like that? Not so.
No, you're never too big, man. And this for us was like, it was a passion project. It was something we were all excited to do. We felt like the characters were really rich. Everything, for the most part, happens in the house. So it really was character driven. And so for us, it was completely like one investor, and we got to shoot the movie that we wanted to shoot without anyone telling us what to shoot. And everything about that is really gratifying and freeing. So we were on board. We're like, whatever you need us to do.
Really? Yeah. And you did your own stunts?
Yeah.
Is this the first time for you having to do that?
No. As much as I can, man, I want to be like Tom Cruise. Like, as much as I can, I do my own stunts.
Have you broken any limbs?
No, I haven't.
Toes,
No,
fingers?
no. I've almost knocked myself out though. Twice, like knocked the wind out of myself and like couldn't catch my breath. But I was like, let's do it again.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Michael, Ealy, and you guys, you're in this house. But like, how was it working with Dennis Quaid?
Oh, he's amazing. I mean, he's so iconic. And once I found out that he was playing Charlie Peck, I was like, okay, you would never ever think that this guy would play that guy. He goes there. Like stuff like, I mean, in the scene, you see what you see, but you're really absorbed in your character and reacting to the other characters.
Yeah.
When I've seen it, he is absolutely nuts in this movie, and he's so good. And like, I saw it with a few audiences, and it's great because people are literally screaming at the screen. Like, they're going off. Like, they're yelling at me, they're yelling at Michael. It's a really interactive movie. It's like a perfect movie to go see, like friends, family, date night, whatever, girlfriends, whatever.
Yeah, it's something interesting you just said. Like, because when you're shooting the movie, like, that's one lens, right?
Yeah.
But when you sit and watch it with audience, it's different for you as an
Totally
actress?
different. Totally different. When I saw it, like we screened it for my team and I was like, okay, and of course I'm like judging everything that I do. Yeah. And then when I saw it in Atlanta and then again in St. Louis with a crowd, it's like, it's electrifying. Yes.
Oh, I like scary. That's okay. You just scare me off.
But it's more of a thriller, you know. It's got scary moments, but it definitely is a thriller.
Well, we have enjoyed you stopping by to tell us about the movie. You know we're going to support you and go see it.
Thank you, y'all.
You will definitely want to see this movie. The Intruder opens in theaters on May 3rd. Head to theintrudermovie.com for more details. Stay with us. Meagan Good, everybody.